everyone and welcome to Sharpgrad, where we help you make wiser and smarter study abroad decisions. So this video is dedicated to you if you're someone who is planning to pursue an MBA in the UK in 2026 and you want to know whether you should do the MBA or not, and you want to know what would be the best universities to target, what should be the timeline that you should target, and how you can score the best possible scholarships from the top universities to pursue your MBA at. So let's dive into the video. So the section 1 of the video is going to be about whether you should pursue the MBA from UK or not. So many options. You can prepare for CAT, maybe do your MBA from an IIM or XLRI, a top business school in India, or you could just pursue your MBA from a top school in US, Ireland, Australia, so many places to go to, right? Whether you should do it from UK or not. And if your answer is that, oh, I will get my MBA in 1 year, or if your answer is that, I want to work in a large organization, I want a well-paying job, well, trust me guys, everyone wants to get done with their education fast and everyone wants a well-paying job. There is no one in the world who doesn't want these things. Everyone, even I want that, right? But anyway, let's look into your specific scenario and let's look into your why. What's your major motivation behind pursuing an MBA, and does that motivation align with the UK or not? So let's take an example. There could be multiple reasons what might be motivating you to pursue an MBA. The very common one is industry change. At times people are just sick and tired of the industry that they are working in and they want to switch. In this case, you need to absolutely look at how is that industry or how is that sector doing in the UK. Let's say if you want to work in the agriculture sector or if you want to work in the manufacturing sector, they are literally dead in the UK. There's not a very, growing agriculture or a manufacturing sector in the UK. Let's say that if you want to work in tech, if you want to work in core tech, no, UK has a tech scene, but not as amazing as that you would expect in the US or in other places, right? So you need to look into your specific why, that why do I want to pursue an MBA? And if it's an industry change, whether I will be able to make that industry change in the UK or not, whether that industry exists in the UK or not. That could be one. The second motivation could be role change, that you are someone who is working in an executive role right now and now you want to get into a strategy role, or you want to get into a consulting role, you want to get into a senior role, right? See guys, I will be very honest, truthful and blunt with you. You will have to start from entry level when you go to a new country. Even if you have 5, 6, 7 years of work experience, you will be facing subtle level of racism in terms of your work experience not being respected as much as the work experience of, let's say, someone in the UK would be respected. You will have to start from entry level, so be prepared for that. And ideally what I suggest you to do is look at the alumni of the schools that you're targeting over the last 4 or 5 years and see if they have been able to get into the roles that you want to get into. If yes, then that's a good indicator for you that you are actually on the right track and you can just continue to do what you're doing. Another motivation to pursue an MBA could be geography change, that you're sick and tired of working 80 hours a week in India. The work-life balance is horrible. I know that, you know that. You might be looking for, a work culture where you have balance for yourself. You can take care of your health. You can take care of your family. Of course, UK offers that thing for sure. Or maybe you're simply looking forward to playing the bigger game in, let's say, investment banking, finance, etc. Yes, UK is actually the place to be. So based on your particular profile and based on your particular situation, you should look into whether UK is the right country for you or not. And based on your previous experience, you will be able to get exposure to good opportunities or not. Something very important to do. Do not choose UK. Why? Because it has a 1-year MBA. No, it is a bad motivating factor. Trust me, it's better to spend money for 2 years as compared to 1 year, but getting a job after those 2 years instead of not getting a job after that 1 year. So yeah, always keep this thing in balance. Yes, it's a perk that you get to do your MBA in the UK within just 1 year, but it should not be a deciding factor. The deciding factor should be based on my profile, my goals, my experiences, whether I will be able to get into good role after my MBA or not. So this puts an end to the section 1 of the video. Now let's move on to the section 2, which is about the top universities to target. See guys, I have a simple formula. If there's a university that is admitting you into their MBA program without good work experience and without a GMAT score, it's a red flag. You have to stay away from that university completely. I mean, just push pass it away. It's not a good university to go to. In fact, a common mistake being made by a lot of people from India is that students who are absolute freshers, 0 years of work experience, they straight away go for an MBA at a tier 2, tier 3 university in the UK. And later on, then they complain that, oh, I'm not getting a job, right? Well, you need to understand one thing, that MBA is meant for people who have some years of work experience, and only certain universities will be able to provide you with the return on investment that you're looking for in terms of an MBA in the UK. So I'm going to list down 11 universities which have consistently been appearing in the QS ranking and the Financial Times ranking, which is the most relevant ranking for MBAs, and whether you have a chance of getting in them or not, with a little bit brief about all of them. So let's start with top of the top, the London Business School. It is one of the most prestigious business schools in the world that you can get into. The alumni network is pretty much in all the leadership positions across the globe. It is one of the most amazing schools, but you will need at least 5 to 8 years of work experience and a very competitive GMAT score to even have a shot at getting into LBS. So that would be the first one that you should target if you want to start right from the top. The second would be the University of Oxford Business School, the SAD Business School. SAD Business School is also one of the most prestigious business schools in the world. University of Oxford's brand name itself speaks loudly. One of the most amazing business schools in the world. Inside the University of Oxford itself, great place to be at, great place to study. However, yes, the cost is very high. It can be around 1.4, 1.5 crore rupees as of today. And at the same time, the competitiveness to get into the Oxford MBA is, of course, not easy. You need to be having a very high GMAT score. You need to have at least 4 or 5 years of good work experience. You need to have some supervisory, some managerial work experience before you are able to get into the Oxford Business School. SAD Business School of the University of Oxford. Next is the University of Cambridge Judge Business School. Judge is also one of the most prestigious business schools in the world, but yet again very competitive to get into and quite expensive. I would say the tuition fee plus the cost of living, total it can go in the range of 1.2 to 1.5 crore rupees. Again, after the 3 elite schools, let's put LBS, Oxford and Cambridge into the elite category. Now let's start with the tier 1 schools, the ones that are generally approachable for majority of the students, and they offer great return on investment if you are playing your cards well. So I'm going to start with the Imperial College Business School. Imperial College London, yet again one of the topmost universities in the world. The MBA program being offered by the Imperial College Business School is reputed across the globe. It is a target school for most of the investment banking firms, for most of the private equity, venture capital firms, and of course most of the consulting firms like McKinsey, Bain, BCG, if those are some of your dream organizations that you want to work in. So Imperial College Business School would be at the top in the tier 1 category. After the Imperial College Business School, absolutely you should target the University of Manchester's Alliance Manchester Business School. Really great university, great city, very vibrant, lovely place to be in, great Indian food options as well, right? Amazing place to be at. It's an amazing university and the business school is very well reputed, and the placement rates can go above 90% on an average within 6 months of completing the masters, completing the MBA. After the University of Manchester Business School, I would like to put University of Warwick, the Warwick Business School, also known as WBS, right at the 6th spot. Yet again, great business school. Warwick has an amazing brand name for its business programs. University of Warwick's reputation comes from 2 departments, the WMG, which is the Warwick Manufacturing Group, and the WBS, which is the Warwick Business School. It's a good university to be at, great business school to be at. Their MBA program is very exclusive. They have a separate area inside their WBS dedicated to MBAs. The kind of exposure that they get and the kind of attention and the support that the students at WBS get is actually quite commendable. I have a few students going to WBS this year itself in 2025, and I'm actually quite excited for their journey and for them to score amazing job offers. So all the very best to the students if you're watching this video. Next school, I'm gonna move on to the category now, which is the category of top schools. Like all the schools that I'm mentioning are top schools only, but the ones that are comparatively easier to get into as compared to the 6 that we have discussed so far. At the top, I'm going to put the Cranfield School of Management. Cranfield University's business school is the Cranfield School of Management. Their MBA program, if I tell you, out of all the 11 schools, the best feedback that I have received from the students is for the Cranfield School of Management's MBA. Their current program director, I think her name, I'm forgetting the name, but she has been putting a lot of effort in making sure that each and every student is getting employed. They are putting, giving personal attention to the profiles of each and every student, helping them craft their resumes, giving them the right introductions at the right time, leading to good introductions, which can eventually lead to good job opportunities, right? So Cranfield School of Management is a big green flag at this point of time based on the feedback. And if you look at how they are climbing up in the rankings, it might be in QS, it might be in Financial Times. It is one of the only schools in this top 11 that is growing in terms of their MBA ranking, while other schools are dwindling a little bit in terms of their ranking. So Cranfield School of Management is a good go ahead, and they are very generous in terms of scholarships as well if your interview goes well and if your essays have been prepared well. After the Cranfield School of Management, I am going to recommend the Durham University's Business School to you. So the Durham University Business School is a part of the Durham University, yet again consistently one of the top 10 business schools in the UK since the last 50, 100, I don't know, 150 years. It's a very elite school. So Durham is actually considered as the school where people, if they get rejected from Oxford and Cambridge, they go to Durham. It's a beautiful school, great reputation in the job market, very well recognized. Placement support in terms of the feedback that I have received from the students is okay. But yes, the brand name helps a lot in scoring more and more interviews, which can finally be converted into good job offers. After the Durham University, I'm going to recommend the University of Edinburgh. University of Edinburgh has the University of Edinburgh Business School. It is in Edinburgh itself, great business school. University of Edinburgh's business school does not rank like as above as compared to the university's overall ranking. The reason behind that is that University of Edinburgh is primarily an academic research institute. It's not a professional school like LBS and stuff, but it's a good school. Obviously, that is why it is ranking at the top. The feedback is good, great place to be in. But yes, I mean, it's something that I recommend a bit down below. Then after all this, I recommend the City University of London. Now it is also known as the City St. George University of London's Bayes Business School, BAYES. It was also known as the Cass Business School. Bayes Business School is like the location of this school beats literally all the schools that I've talked about so far. Located right in center of London, right where most of the action is. So you have the London advantage that your professors are going to be well connected in the industry. You will be having a lot of opportunities to build connections, a lot of networking events where you can meet professionals from the industry that you want to work in. So yes, Bayes Business School, that is where it has its own advantage. And last but not the least is going to be the University of Glasgow's Adam Smith School of Business. So I would say that if you are an ambitious candidate, you should keep the University of Glasgow school as a backup option. It's a great school to be at. And if you are considering an MBA in the UK and your university was not in the list, then according to me, it's my humble opinion. Of course, I would love that you prove me wrong. I think it's not worth it. If the university that you're considering is not in these 11, I really don't think it's worth it. The reason is that these are the universities that consistently rank in the top 100 MBAs in the world. These are the universities that rank consistently in the top 100 business schools in the world. And this is a place where you should be for your MBA. Any university other than this for an MBA is a no, at least if you want to listen to me. All right, so I hope that this gave you a little idea about these schools and what do they have to offer and what's a disadvantage with these schools. So now let's move on to the section 3, which would be the timeline for you to start applying for these. Because if you're watching this video, I'm posting this video in July of 2025. This is the time when you need to start working on your applications. This is the time when you need to start taking those steps towards your GMAT, towards your essays, towards your profile building, so that you are not running late in the end. And I'm going to talk about scholarships in the section 4 as well, so stay tuned. Alright, so now let's make things a little bit stressful and let's talk about timelines and deadlines. If you're planning to pursue an MBA, these two keywords are going to be a very important part of your life anyway, right? Alright, so right now, as of July 2025, the time is that you make a list of 7 schools that you want to apply to. It's not at all wise to apply for all the schools. Why do you want to pay 1.5 lakh rupees extra on your application fee? You should not, absolutely, right? Save your money. So make a list of the 7 schools that you want to apply to. 2 of them have to be ambitious for your profile. 3 have to be moderate for your profile. 2 have to be backup ones. Let's take an example. If you're someone who has 4 years of experience in consulting, a great GMAT score of 655, 685, 695 in the focus edition, whatever, then I would say for you, the ambitious schools could be Oxford and Cambridge itself, right? But if you're someone who has not taken a GMAT, who is not intending to take the GMAT, you do not have a very solid work experience, then even Warwick and Manchester become ambitious for you. So based on your profile, we will have to see which ones are going to be ambitious, which ones are going to be moderate, which ones are going to be backup. Sit with a consultant. You can sit with me, of course. This is what I do full time, 24 hours. So the link is down there in the description that you can use to book. Let's sit and let's make a list of the schools that for your profile, which ones are going to be ambitious, moderate, and backup. This is what you need to do right now. Now, if any of the schools that you want to apply for comes in the ambitious category and you need to take the GMAT for that, then by September is the time you should take it. September mid, September first week, you need to be done with your GMAT, because that is the time when the round 1 applications would already be open and the universities would start accepting applications for the September 2026 intake. So this would be the time when you should be done with your GMAT if you are planning to apply for a school that requires a GMAT score mandatorily. Or if you want to apply for GMAT waivers, like Bayes offers a GMAT waiver, Warwick offers a GMAT waiver, then we should start working on that and making our case on why should we be awarded a waiver as compared to someone else. Once the university shortlisting is done, by August, you need to start working on your essays. Each university asks for 4 to 5 essays. They are very different, but at the same time, you need to start collecting your thoughts together. So at SharpGrad, we have worked on a questionnaire that is going to ask you 36 questions revolving around your childhood, your life, your hobbies, your interests, your girlfriends, your boyfriends. Just kidding, not about your girlfriends and boyfriends, but majorly all about your personal and professional ambitions. It takes time for you to get those thoughts together, and it can take 10 to 15 days as well before we have the appropriate answers, with the help of which we can prepare some killer essays for you. And once the universities open up and start accepting the applications in September, then we want to make sure that the students working with SharpGrad, they submit the first application in all of these universities. Last year as well, we were able to do that, and we secured amazing scholarships for the students. This year as well, I want to do that with the next cohort, and you might be the next one. So now I will move on to the last section of the video, which is about scholarships. I know MBA is bloody expensive. I know that an MBA degree costs as much as a 3 BHK in a tier 2 or a tier 3 city in India. It's very expensive. And if you get a scholarship, it relieves so much burden. Today morning when I woke up, there's a student of mine. She's going to University of Manchester, not for an MBA, for an MSc program, and she got a scholarship of £10,000. I had a word with her, and in her voice, I could feel that happiness. I could feel that joy. I could feel that, I can't explain what I felt at that time, because I also felt very nice. I also felt great at that time, right? Scholarships can relieve a lot of burden and make things easier for you and your family to afford the MBA abroad. The earlier you apply, the higher the chances of the scholarship. The better your interview goes, the higher the chances of the scholarship. 3, the better you are able to showcase the university that you will be adding value to the cohort, higher the chances of your scholarship. University gives you a scholarship as a payment. Hey, please come to us. That's what a scholarship is. You need to show your value, that I am bringing something on the table. I am bringing this value to the other 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 people in the class. And this is where I will be able to contribute to their MBA experience. And that is why you need to pay me. And that is how you get a scholarship. Once you will have that mindset, then yes, scoring scholarships is not going to be a challenge. Some of my students from University of Warwick have scored more than £20,000 in scholarship. University of Manchester, £17,000. Cranfield University, more than £20,000. All the universities offer scholarships, even Oxford, Cambridge, Imperial, all of them offer scholarships, but you need to apply early. Beyond round 2 and round 3, it becomes very hard to secure scholarships. So all in all, if you are someone who is considering an MBA in the UK in 2026, the link to book the consultation is in the description box. Go there, book it, let's meet. I would absolutely love to help you out, and I want you to check my reviews on Google. Just search Sharp Grad and you will be able to land on our Google listing where you can check the reviews. Every single student that has worked with us has given a 5-star review. We are absolutely proud of that, and I want you to give us a 5-star review in the future as well. So go on the link, book the consultation, and I am looking forward to seeing you. Thank you very much. Subscribe to the channel if it added some value to your MBA plan, and I wish you all the very, very best. Thank you.